Welcome to the Wondersphere podcast, the podcast that encourages you to explore the world around you, including in your backyard and all the way across the world. Today, I have with me Kevin Anytime, Mr. Uncanny himself. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for the intro.
Absolutely. So, hopping right along here, you started a new company recently, Mindset Matters. Care to tell us more about that?
Yeah, so Mindset Matters is a dominant mindset company. And so what we're going to strive to do is really help people to change their minds for the better. We truly want to activate the inner fire inside of people that gets them to understand what their purpose is and who they are, right? So our mission is helping the world find its purpose, right? The motto is mindset matters more than anything else. And the reason why we said that is because realizing everything is created from the mind. Everything we do, this whole construct of reality we're set up with, jobs, money, lights, whatever you want to call, whatever you want to name, it's besides the earth itself, you know what I mean, of grass and stuff that we haven't truly created, that God created for us. But everything else, the cars, the roads, everything came from the mind. And so if if we as individuals are able to create these things and create these ideas, like, hey, that light behind me is red, and we all collectively agree upon it, then that is a very, very powerful thing. And so what we know is that everybody has something different that they can actualize into reality. And so that's what our main mission is, to find out is what's everybody's superpowers, because we all have them, right? And it's just really just helping people to understand that they do have something lying dormant within themselves that they can share with the world. So
That's awesome. That ability to kind of know what qualities that you have in spades that you can just use to help other people learn and grow, because that is where we find most of us find our meaning.
yeah.
This company is going to be a lot about exploring nature. I was wondering, how does nature have any part, or does nature have any part in mindset? Or
Absolutely. So the main program that we have that we want to start people off with is called the Elements of Life. And what we do is we correlate this with fundamental activities that we do as human beings, right? So you go through earth, you go through fire, you go through air, and you go through water. And earth, the foundation of that is basically saying that everything is in balance. Like, we don't actually make the water cycle run. We don't have to call the sun and say, hey, wake up, it's 5:30. um all of that stuff is already working. And with that balance of everything, it helps us to be able to live. And so me noticing, okay, the earth is always in balance, man, and it's always a juggling thing. And yes, there are some things that are off sometimes, though, like earthquakes or tornadoes, or there's different things that happen, right? That's kind of an imbalance on typhoons and hurricanes and stuff like that, right? So what I noticed is that was us. It's really us. That's a part of it. But there's fundamentals that you learn when you observe how the earth works, that it keeps running, and it doesn't, because if all of a sudden the sun is off track, then there's going to be a major problem on earth, right? So that's something that it keeps fundamentally going. And that's part of what we need as people too. We need something that is a foundational setting, to where, hey, no matter what, like, this is my thing, this is what I can continue to do all day, every day. And it's just a deep introspective look into what you're doing. But The way that I help you to do that though is very different. I call it the Mr. Miyagi because it's really it seems very basic and very simple, and it doesn't really seem like it correlates. But what I do is I help people to become still, to really tune into themselves, and then that starts the process of the balance. And then fire, you go through disciplined activities, such as, writing down things, your affirmations, things like that. And then air and water are the tail end of the program, where it really gives you some deep introspective questions about yourself. One of the questions from air is, who or what do you trust? And you have to just answer it. There's at the end of the type form, you have to say, oh, okay, well, who or what do I trust? And really think about that. And when you write it down, you have to also ask yourself, well, then why? Why do you trust that thing? Why do you trust, that person or that thing? And then water's the flow, man. Water's the Bruce Lee. Water's is all about, the current of everything and how everything is moving. So water is more geared around love. And there's questions like, what are your hobbies? What do you like doing? What do you love? Do you feel like you love something? What is it? And when you don't really ask yourself these type of questions. When you really sit down and ask yourself these questions, it makes you reflect on you and your life and everything. It trips you out and you're like, wait a minute, okay, what do I really, do I really love stuff? Do I really, do I really trust things? And when you get that opportunity to do that, you really start to understand you. And that's what our major foundational key is to everything. Is first, we want you to really get an understanding, or to begin to get an understanding of who you are, and then we can go from there.
That is absolutely awesome. Those are all really profound things. Getting
Oh,
back,
my bad.
oh,
You was the outside. I do recommend that when people are like meditating and stuff like that, that they go outside into the elements and stuff like that. So that's a part of it.
that's actually funny because I was going to say the earth thing, the balance thing. Is that why you recommend that people go outside when they're meditating?
Right, right. Yeah, yeah. Because the the earth, and like how vegetables have live enzymes and stuff like that. And then I saw this IKEA commercial where they put these two recordings to two different plants, and one was saying bad things and one was saying nice things, and the one that was saying nice things ended up thriving and living better, and it looked greener. And then the one that was saying bad things, the plant was dying. And it's like, whoa, that alone is what initially made me start going into the earth training, and really like going up to trees and just standing next to them, or touching them, and meditating next to them, because I was like, that means something. I don't know if anybody's paying attention, but I'm like, that's crazy. Like, that's, how does that work? How do you put a recording that's saying maybe negative things next to a plant, and it dies faster than another plant that they were watering the same, they were going through the exact same process, but because they had that recording next to it, it was dying faster? So my brain was blown wide open. So that's what made me go into that realm initially.
That's really cool. It reminds me of a book I read once, but I'm not going to get into that right now. You started photography a while ago. Are you still doing that?
Well, yeah, that's kind of just one of my staple things that I do. Since I'm coming out with the clothes and everything, I had to do a photo shoot with me and my nephews and stuff like that. And so that's what I'll be doing, showcasing the clothes through my photography and things like that. But I haven't really done anything outside of that though. But I had to realize I had to brush up on some of my skills, and lost a little handle of the camera. I'm like, wait, how do I go to what menu? And I had
It's
to
like,
read.
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh no, you're
Um, it's like riding a bike. Some people say that you never forget, but you still got to get used to it again.
used to it again. Yeah, for sure.
So going back to meditation, I'm curious because this is something that I've found more useful to me. Have you ever tried walking meditation?
I haven't yet. No.
I just find like that's one of the things because I have a hard time staying still. Or I used to. Now I've been practicing the stillness thing, which I learned from you, and I'm getting better at it. But I used to think that I had to do walking meditation, and when you're just walking around the park and just kind of paying attention to the grass and the trees, it's really centering.
Got you. Okay.
Um, I
That
guess
what's interesting about that, Trey, is they said Bruce Lee used to do that, man. So you're on a different level with that, dude. I haven't tried it yet though. Mine have been more sitting down and chilling out.
absolutely. It's really cool how many different variations of meditation there are.
Oh yeah.
Uh, Seems like everybody has a different modality.
Yeah.
So, do you do much hiking or biking or exploring at all?
I haven't as of late. I used to, it's this mountain that's down here. I think it's called Piestewa Peak that I used to kind of frequently visit, but I haven't been hiking probably in some time, probably like a year or so.
I get that. It's really easy for life to kind of throw us for a loop sometimes, and we tend to lose some of the stuff we like to do. So, is that one of your favorite places to visit, or do you have any other places that you really like to go and explore? Just go and sit at, meditate.
Uh, no, that one was one of the good ones. That trail wasn't too bad, but it was kind of challenging. Other than that, trying to just go to different places is something that I'm exploring now. Just getting used to the city. Because even I moved here in Phoenix in 2012 from Wisconsin, and you know how you can kind of just let the map do everything for you, the GPS. And so lately, I've been trying to see different places of where I'm at to get more acclimated to the city and my directionals. You know what I mean? To be able to really know where I'm at when I am in places. And then that allows me to kind of get deeper into different places and stuff like that. But no, the last
That's
I went to was recently. We went to the aquarium, went to the zoo with my son and my mom. So that was cool.
I've actually been to I think it's in Phoenix there. I have actually been to the Phoenix Zoo. There's a lot of really neat stuff there. One of the first times I've ever seen a giraffe, actually.
Yeah, it's huge, man. That's the one we went to too, because they're freaking huge, dude. I was like, this is tripped out, man. They're really big creatures. It's really interesting.
Yeah, they are huge, and I think there was a machine you could use to feed them.
Hmm.
Um, but I remember we just saw a deer just laying out in the middle of nowhere, just hanging out. Even places like that where the wilderness is kind of maintained and sustained is a really good place to go to just kind of experience things. Even if you're living in the concrete jungle, you can go and check that stuff like that out.
Hmm. Yeah.
All right. So you said your Elements of Life program. When do you think that'll be up?
It is up. Yep, it's up right now. So I just did a live today on YouTube and Facebook, and on my personal page. And we are in open enrollment right now. So we're enrolling everybody into um, the Mindset Matters Institute, which I finally built on a particular platform. And that's the foundation. Yep. So it's ready to go right now. We're only accepting 5 people this month though. So it's going to be a really tight class, but my thing is making sure that it's very intimate, because this type of a process, you kind of need to be, handheld, so to speak, to go through it, because it's so different. It was very different, even me going through it. When I decided to try some of these methods, it was like really tripped out, because a lot of the time I didn't know if anything was happening. I just started doing the process and wanting to be consistent at it to see if there was going to be any change in me. And yeah, lo and behold, it changed me a lot, man. It made me a way more calmer, and I was able to do different things and notice different things, and it expanded my awareness way beyond what it was at the time.
That's awesome. So you have your TikTok, your Instagram, and YouTube, right, for Mindset Matters?
Yes.
And I've noticed that you've put content up just about every day on those 6 days a week. What's the name for the people that are listening in?
If you want to find us on Facebook, you would have to type at Mindset Matters More. And then if you want to find us on YouTube, that's Mindset Matters. But there are a few channels that have that exact same name. So it is you'll see it looks like a crown, but it's two M's that are to the side. That's that. And then for Instagram, it's Mindset Matters. And then TikTok I think it's Mindset Matters Most. Let me look, because sometimes the ats are hard to remember. Yep, Mindset Matters Most. So if you look us up, Mindset Matters Most on TikTok, Mindset Matters More on Facebook, and then Mindset Matters on Instagram and YouTube.
Awesome. And I'll make sure to link all this up once the podcast is up. There'll be links in the description for all of your stuff. Well, I think we're just about done here, Kevin. Is there anything else you want to promote or talk about before we head off here?
No, man, I really appreciate it. I would just say, yeah, if you're interested in joining the legendary crew at Mindset Matters, to shoot me an inquiry. I'm Kevin anytime, anywhere, any of the platforms. So if you look me up, if you type in Kevin anytime, I'm pretty easy to find. But shoot me a message if you're interested in maybe even getting a sneak peek into what the program looks like. I have a small little assessment that you can go through, and then you can kind of see and gauge what it's kind of about. But yeah, other than that, we're open and we're enrolling people right now. It might fill up. We're taking stuff until Friday. We're going to do a first class on Monday, and then go from there. But yeah, so message me if you want to get in.
All right. Awesome. This has been a really good conversation, Kevin. I appreciate you coming on the podcast here. This will be either the first or the second podcast, so this is going to be fun to see how this turns out.
Yeah, this is cool, man. Thank you for inviting me. I really appreciate it, dude. This is really good.